Hey guys, this is Juno and welcome back to another Summoners War video. Today we are on I'm Snow's account and we have improved a lot with his PvE content stuff. So his main improvements were Giants, Dragons, and Neko, also the two artifact teams, and then finally we ended it with a dimensional team, which was actually pretty easy after we improved the initial three. I think I want to first show you guys his record or his profile. Oh, actually, before we go into his profile, let's see that beforehand I did take a video. So this was Snow's previous account state. So the record shows that his arena record is G1. These all didn't change actually because we didn't touch his PvP stuff. World Arena is F3, which I do believe he could get a much better score. His box is actually extremely nice. Here are the main stuff. So we see that Giants is 27 seconds. I do think we did drop this very slightly. The problem is that this team was not consistent. I do believe I go through all the runes, but I think that's just too much. I'm just going to show you guys the times. This was 27 seconds and it was extremely inconsistent because the homunculus was not quick enough. So I did make this a more consistent team with the Luna. Just makes more sense because Luna has perfect AI. Dragons, we definitely made it quicker because we changed it to a Liam team. We built the Liam and we went with that Kyle Liam team and it worked pretty well with an average of 33 seconds. So that's good. And then Neko, we went with the Saren. Everybody was complaining. Well, there's so many people complaining that I wasn't using the Dark Harpoo. So I finally decided to make one because I think he had a decent rune quality. We got that to work, so it's a little quicker. The quickest time is quicker than 40 seconds, and the average is around 40 seconds still. Steel Fortress, we made the speed teams with Gina and also Zinc. We also built those. And then for Punisher, we created a speed team as well using Crow. And then a special unit that you probably didn't see, but it definitely keeps the run safe. Finally, we worked on the Sanctuary of Dreaming Fairies. We made a speed team here as well. Well, speed it as fast as possible, but I think his is around the 40-something second range. I think his due to Teshar not doing enough damage sometimes. It's enough for Giants, but it's not enough for the Fairies to kill off some of the weaker dudes. If we compare the records from what we've just seen, we could see that the Giants got slightly faster because the team is different, right? You don't see the two Garudas, you now see the Luna homunculus variants, so it did get faster. You see that for Dragons, we got it much faster as well. 27 seconds is the fastest time, where average again is 33 seconds due to the AI of things, right? If China does not use the skill correctly, it could go slower. And then we have Neko, 33 seconds quickest. You see that we did add the Saren there, so please stop bashing me. I'm not using Saren. There it is. And then for Steel Fortress, 31 seconds using the Gina, Crow, and Zinc, like I've stated. We also did add the Urgar because there's another chance for the beneficial block, right? This was a recommendation from one of the viewers, so I tried that out. Worked decently well. I think it was a little safer for sure. Then finally, Punisher Crypt, you see a fastest of 27 seconds, and then there's a unit there that you guys don't usually see, which is the Halfist to get this working. It's a little safer, and also because he didn't have Nickel, I still wanted something that only had 2 skills to guarantee to use skill 2 to skill 1, and the skill 1 I wanted a slow, and thankfully Halfist had that, where skill 2 was an AoE. If he had Brandia, these two teams would have been a little safer, but he doesn't have Brandia, so we had to go with what he had. And then finally, the Dimensional Dungeon, the Sanctuary of Dreaming Fairies. We have a 44-second average, or quickest time, with the average around 50 seconds. So we're using the Teshar, Prelia, the homunculus, and then we added a Sonya. I did try to get the Teshar hitting as strong as possible by adding fight sets to the Sonya, but still was not enough in certain cases. And I'll show you guys what I mean by that. If we go into Giants first, the biggest problem for him was that homunculus was not hitting hard enough and was not quick enough. So he was getting cut in the middle boss and the boss stage before the homunculus moved. That was not the only problem. The homunculus only uses skill 2 guaranteed if the boss's HP is less or close to 30%. And with that current setup that he had, it was not getting there. So the homunculus will not use skill 3 in certain cases, which will cause the run to get prolonged. So we fixed that by making the homunculus faster and by adding a Luna that has perfect AI, right? You guys all know that. So I'm going to just run this once so you guys see what I mean by that. If the Luna moves, the boss, the middle boss, the boss only has 30% health or less, so that the homunculus uses skill 3 guaranteed. There you go. Okay, this time the homunculus doesn't have to move. I think usually that stage the homunculus does not move. You see that we are clearing the middle stages pretty easily, and then here it is. Boom. Dark Force, and then Sharp Wind. There you go. Perfect. We got a 27-second. The next one, we went with the Kyle team. So Kyle looks like this on Rage Blade. We have a Julie that's on Fatal Blade. The same Konamiya from the Giants. A Shaina on Triple Fight. And then finally a Liam on Double Fight Blade. Again, sometimes this could get a little weird because maybe we are lacking a little tiny bit of damage on the boss stage. So the Liam does not use skill 3, but that prolongs it. There was a prolongation right there because Shaina did not land the defense break, so Kyle had to move. But usually it should go like that. Then let's see if Liam decides to move with skill 3. That's decent damage. That looks good enough. Yep. Perfect. And I think his skin has faster animation. So it should be a little quicker, but I think it's 29 seconds, yeah. Because of that first stage where we missed the defense break, so Kyle had to move. No, I couldn't stop it. Damn it. Oh, at least it shows you the bad variants. So here, Shaina did not use skill 2 for her first skill, so she uses it here, meaning the run is going to be around the 30-second mark. 33-second, I think. Yeah, this is bad about the AI. If you could just select the skills that each unit use in which round will be best. See, we did not have enough damage, so we weren't guaranteed to use skill 3, which caused the boss to move. So this is a much longer run because of that. So it's more of the 40-second range. Yeah, 48 seconds. Garbage. Then here it is the Neko team. Abigail looks like this. Did I show you guys all the runes? I think so, yeah. Relic looks like this. Rage. Ashtar on Vampire Endure, it looks like. We have a Saren on Violent Fight. I think it'll be a little better if these are skilled up. And Ikaru on Double Fight Guard. Just to get as much damage. I know that if we do enough damage, we could have chances where we beat the boss in one round. But I think with his rune quality right now, that's not possible. So the fastest is 30 seconds. Oh, we didn't even land defense break there. That's so bad. Wow. One of the worst runs. See, if we pull in Ashtar in one of those, then it'll make it much easier for Rauk to kill everybody. Oh, that looks decent. There you go. Hey, we did beat it in one round. So that's the perfect case. Other than the fact that the middle boss moved. It was exactly the same time as my past best. So there you go. Then we worked on the 2 artifact dungeons. The harder one was this, because you all know that this dungeon is a garbage dungeon with its beneficial blocks. So here Zinc goes first on Double Will Blade. We did get that one skill up here just for a little more damage, because I've noticed that sometimes Juno will not move with skill 3 right away. I think it needs to do enough damage for it to always use skill 3, but it didn't. Then we have the Lauren on Double Will Fight. We then have an Urgar on Double Fight Will. And finally a Crow on Rage Will. I had to go 100 crit rate on these so that Crow can add in the scar damage, because I did notice it missing crits here and there. Perfect. Can we see a very good run? Looks pretty good right now. Nope. Okay. Good enough. We at least landed it. Oh man, no weaken. That's bad. So now he loses the beneficial block. This is the 1 turn. Okay, thank you Zinc for doing it. I thought he was gonna fail again. Not bad, to be fair. If it's Brandy, it's a lot easier because Brandy does so much more damage. But that seems like a solid run. And then finally with the Punisher Crypt, we have this Halfist here. So we're using like components from the other improvements. So Prelia, it's the same Prelia triple fight. Then we have the Julie going in on Fatal Blade, which is from Dragons. Then we have the Halfist going, this is new, on Fight Will Focus. We added a focus set because I did want to land the slow. I wonder if he actually has skill ups here because it might make it a little better. That's good. Okay, so now we have the highest percentage to land that slow. Because slow is pretty big actually. That's another debuff, so really helps with the damage. So let's see this. Urgar on Crow, you guys already saw it, so it's the same Urgar on Crow in the previous. So I think Halfist always uses skill 2 if the opponent's HP is like less than 30% as well. So we just took advantage of that. Right. It's a little slower than Neko because Neko's animation is just 1 swing while Halfist is like 3 circles. But he didn't have Neko, so we just have to work with what we had. Ooh, so close. If he used attack buff then weaken, then it would have been over. So Halfist is cool because if everybody dies, Halfist is still alive and he has his passive, so he never dies, and he just prolongs the match until we actually win. Yeah, this is a longer one, unfortunately. If the stupid Urgar used skill 3 to skill 2, it would have been over. Let's just see it one more time because I really want to see that going and show you guys that it is pretty consistent with 27. Oni fails, or not Oni is prolonged if Urgar derps. Derped again, but the middle boss is enough. Here it is. Come on, land the slow. Use skill 3 to skill 2. Perfect. Skill 3, yes. Skill 2, yes. And then Scar. Want to see that. Perfect. Okay. And then last but not least, we worked on Elonia. Again, we brought in the pieces from the previous improvements. We created this Sonya, hoping that it was enough to make this Teshar hit a little harder for the previous stages than the boss stage. But you'll see, unless it targets correctly, that it does not kill everybody correctly. We're lucky here, it went for those other units. Let's see. Yeah, I think they survive here, right? Oh no, okay, that's good. That worked out well. So Sonya should be able to hit harder if we put it back on a swift build and more attack. I think it'll ignore defense, but there it didn't. Also a good replacement for Sonya is Hurlsvelg. But he didn't have Hurlsvelg. Hurlsvelg might have made it a little better because it has attack buff. So we lose one here, which is the Teshar, which is fine. Yeah, see right there, if Sonya was on Swift, it would have one shot. Seems pretty good to me. So those were the 6 dungeon improvements. He also requested rune cleanup, so I'm working on that. We already got rid of like 200 runes, so that's really good. But there's still a little, not 200, I think a little more actually. Yeah, we actually went through 400 runes. And then he wanted some ideas with Arena. He's in Global, his best record was G1. And it was 3 weeks ago, or 4 weeks ago. It's interesting that he got such a high record, or he got G1 with a subpar 80% victory rate. With his offenses, he's running these, which I think these are the stuff that I will use as well. I just don't know how consistent this defense break is. But he has a lot of daughter stuff, so you could definitely go with the dot team, which he does. I love this team. I'll definitely build this. I will build this. I'll build the Zeros team, speed team. And he also has this. He has a lot of cool units to play with. I think offensive wise, he should have really nice offenses. I think the only thing he needs to work on is defense. And if that's the case, Triton. Nephthys Triton is pretty popular, but you have to be like really fast. If it's usually Nephthys Triton, you want to go aggressive, right? I think that's what I've seen. This is pretty good too. It's just that she could derp if you go second turn. Oh, if the opponent goes second turn. I think Pyeongchar will fit in here really well. It's really weak against dot teams though. So instead of this, you would put in something like this. Yeah, something like this. I think it'll be cool. Really fast. Like much faster than this. Nephthys goes, Pyeongchar goes, and then Vero goes. Or Vero could be quicker as well. But I'll try something like this. Offensive wise, I like the offenses that you have. I'll build this, and also maybe this. Well, actually, there's only one stripper. If you could put in Nora instead, it'll be maybe better, I think. Ah, you don't have Nora. Never mind. Okay, so you could go with that. I think there's also things that you don't have built, but we're just gonna be using what you have. Anyhow, those are the improvement, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want account improvements like this, please join my Discord, fill out the Google form. If you guys want account reviews, join my Patreon. And I'll see you guys next time.